Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
I'm Brianna Motzkus, and today's FabriChat.
Good morning.
Hi.
All right, June 11th. We have 3 retreats down, 2 to go. And everybody asks, well, are you getting like really tired? No, I mean, tired in between and stuff, but there's whole new energy with every new one. We just finished up our One Block Wonder. That one was so relaxed, just the nicest group of gals. We had 8 gals from California. All different. Some were friends, but it's unusual to have such a large collection of Californians together. And what was really nice is they all brought nuts. Not all of them, but there's some local pistachios and some flavored almonds. And jelly beans. You know, the Jelly Bean Factory.
Yes, it's in California.
Yeah,
Fairfield.
Yeah. I've been there.
They do tours.
Yeah. So anyway, really, really nice. Super, super nice group. And oh my gosh, I just have to tell this Elena story a little bit. You guys know that I love accents, right? I just love accents. I think
she can't always understand them, but she loves
listening.
always
understand them. And I can't do an accent.
Yeah.
I can't. Everything sounds Southern. I can't do one. But so I can never mimic anyone. But I love accents. So I'm always teasing Margaret and Sally and people. I mean, nobody up here has an accent. Mm-hmm. And so I love listening and I love trying to figure out where they're from. And I think that's why I like my Scottish and Irish and UK authors because I love listening to them. Anyway, Elena from she's from California, but she's originally from Venezuela. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. I just could have listened to her talk the whole time.
I know. I love listening to her.
I loved listening to her. And sometimes I could not understand what she was saying. It's like, the what? And she'd say it again. The what? And then she'd say it again. But super, super talented. And the funniest thing, and very young. I don't know how young she was, but, you're never supposed to ask. But I would have guessed she was probably mid-30s, late 30s. How would you think she was? Late 20s? I don't know.
She looked great.
Very young. Adorable, super capable. She got there a night early and she finished a quilt, and then you'll see her on the recap. She's the one that did kind of the mountain scene with
which was so cool.
The boat.
They were all so cool.
They were all so beautiful. Mm-hmm. When Pa came out and he was looking at all of them, he stood in front of hers for a very long time.
He would like that because he really likes Bargellos too, and I feel like a One Block Wonder is right up that alley.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but anyway, super, super great gals. And then the one coming up next, we have Collage.
Mm-hmm. That'll be a nice, calm, relaxing.
Yeah, really nice. And then our last one for this part of the year is our Eastern Star, which is kind of our beginner one. But we have most of the people in there not beginners.
Right. And half of them are probably doing a One Block Wonder.
I think they are. Yeah, they're doing whatever they want to do, which is fine. And we have our friend Helen from Australia is coming to that one.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And lots of men coming to that one. So we've got big old fishing trip planned.
Yeah.
Anyway, whole new pictures, whole new excursions. It'll be really fun. But, so here's the funny thing. I need to tell you guys, I need my peeps. I need my quilting girls. Oh, sorry, somebody's at my front door. I need people to come speak on my behalf.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, it's a funny thing. It's not a funny thing, but so I feel like I got a ticket and I absolutely did not deserve one. I did not cause a scene, but I just need you guys to tell me if I'm in the right or in the wrong. And I wish I had a picture for you, but I'm going to have to paint a picture for you. So here's the deal. So I will go pick people up at the airport on Wednesdays, and then I bring them home. And then I do the same thing on Sunday, take people back to the airport, and I bring them home. I personally never take the freeway. If you were to look on a map, you would see that from Spokane to Ephrata, they will send you Highway 2, Highway 28 in, Highway 2, Highway 17 down, or the freeway. Never take the freeway. I don't like the freeway. I just think it's boring and fast.
And this time of year, there's so many
flinging rocks, and I just don't like it. I don't like it. But so what I do is I'll go along 28, go past Wilson Creek, all of those, and then I come home Highway 2. No matter what, it's going to take you 2 hours. It doesn't make any difference which way you go. It's exactly the same distance.
Right.
So I make that trip twice a week.
Right.
Right? Okay. So last Wednesday, made the trip, and I get outside of Harrington, and right almost on the city limits of Harrington, there was a sign that said, road work ahead. Maybe a quarter of a mile down the road.
Sure.
Another one that said, flagger ahead. Okay. Maybe, I don't know, quarter of a mile, maybe half a mile. A third sign that said, 1 lane road work ahead, whatever. I mean, they were all, I would say there was 3, maybe 4 signs, fairly descriptive, within a mile and a half of Harrington. I have this fancy car that tells me the exact speed limit of where I am. It tells me there's a stop sign coming up, and it tells me when there's road work. I get a little funny alert. The alert was lit up. Everything was fine. So I'm driving. I'm probably 5-6 miles down the road. The alert disappears. That is not uncommon for you to find leftover roadwork signs, leftover cones, that sort of thing sitting around. You know, I don't think anything of it. And you're out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
I mean,
you can totally see
it
what's
is
happening.
vast, and you can just see rolling hills, not another car on the road. 2-lane road, not another car for as far as I could see. So I don't think anything of it. I continue to drive. I've got my cruise control set, and I'm probably speeding, but I'm going like 64. I speed just enough that nobody's going to pull me over. But 60 is just far too slow. So I have my cruise control set, off I'm going, and I see up on the top of the hill coming up, you know, because it's sort of a little bit like this, right? So I see this big white truck sitting on the side of the road. Big, like a PUD utility truck was what it looked like to me. That's what I thought it was at first. And it had these 2 little lights, you know, maybe this big, the size of like a coffee can, up on the top that were lit up.
Sure.
Whirling yellow lights. So on the side of the road, parked on the side of the road. Okay. So I just thought, wow, PUD all the way out here. There's not even any lines. So I'm kind of looking around thinking, what the heck are you doing out here? And then as I got closer, I see there's a stop sign in the back. It's just a stop sign in the back of this truck. And I'm thinking, oh, are you putting a stop sign? Where are you putting that stop sign? Well, that's kind of weird. So I'm looking around thinking, well, there's no road. Why are you going to be installing a stop sign? So I'm just like, I wouldn't say I was off in la land. I mean, I was totally looking at it, but wasn't paying there was no one else around, no flagger, no person, no anything. And Pa asks, well, were you slowing down? No. Would you start to slow down? I mean,
Maybe?
I didn't see. I mean, maybe.
But it's on the side of the road, so.
It was parked on the side of the road. It was not anywhere in my lane. It was on the side of the road. Why would I slow down? Am I going to stop and help? Hey, what are you doing? There was no reason for me to. So I hadn't started to slow down. Hadn't even entered my mind, really, which is probably my first mistake. So anyway, I'm driving, wondering, and as I get closer, I get close enough that I can finally see there is a bar that has somehow, that is protruding from this truck, blocking my lane.
Oh, it's one of those electronic flaggers.
Have you ever seen one of them?
I have, but because they used to have out in Quincy when they were doing the roundabout, but it looked like one of those,
utility trucks parked on the side of the road?
It looked like a construction light. It was obvious it was something weird, but it also it did have a big bar. It looked like one of those bars that are like for a parking garage, but it had 3 stop lines and the whole thing like lit up in caution lights.
Okay, this is not that.
So yeah, it was obvious to me that it was not a utility truck.
Because I
the
tried
bar.
to find a picture for you guys, and I feel like I found a picture like that, and I found like a yellow one. I found a couple of them. I can't find a picture like what I saw. It was just a big white utility truck. It was just a truck with a bed with this stop sign. Like, I'm not kidding, like propped in the back of the
It's funny
back
they
of the
wouldn't
truck.
like block the roadway a little bit, like make it obvious there's something happening.
Or put those signs that were here's the other thing. I did the math because where this happened was 2 miles from Davenport. So this was 10 miles.
Ways.
10 miles down the road was where this was. And so, but it hadn't registered that was what was going on. And so, I see this arm and I think, and all I thought is, oh my gosh, what is that? So I didn't know what it was. I slam on the brakes. I can't stop in time. So I go around it. And even the whole time I'm going around it, I'm thinking,
What the hell?
that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Who are you people? And I thought, well, how can I see what it says on the side of that truck? I'm going to call the PUD and I'm going to say, I don't know what you guys were doing, but I didn't even know what that arm was. Then I see as I'm coming, because it was kind of parked up sort of on the top of the hill, I start to come down and I see there's 2 resurfacing trucks in the other lane. And there's quite a ways ahead of me, there is a line of cars where they had let people through. And I thought, oh my gosh. So then I thought, well, now what do I do? Do I back up? Do I turn around? Do I catch up with those guys? So I'm kind of trying to assess the situation, and you can't really, there's no person, there's no flagger, there's nobody standing there. And I thought, well, I guess I'll keep going because I can see the lane of cars. So I make the second mistake.
Yeah, you probably should just pull
I
outside the
should
road
have just pulled over
and waited for the next lane to come.
Yeah, or turned around and went back.
Yeah,
but I didn't know. I didn't know what to do. I think there was a lot of adrenaline because I thought, the whole thing was so weird. So I thought, well, I'm just going to go. Bad mistake. So I go, and all of a sudden this truck kind of pulls up, and it's one of the big resurfacing trucks. He like blocks my lane. And I thought, okay, maybe you want me to back out. And this guy gets out, kind of a great big guy, and he's got this big yellow vest on, and he is mad.
Oh, I bet
he comes marching up, and he pulls out his phone and he's taking pictures, and yeah. And he comes around, and I rolled down the window and I said, I'm sorry. Do you want me to back up? I didn't know what to do, if I should catch up to those guys or turn around. And he is just screaming at me.
Oh, see,
screaming.
I get
and
that.
I said, that's exactly.
I understand.
I said, you're right.
I'm totally wrong.
You are right.
Yeah.
100%. I understand now what I did. 100%. I did not understand it back there.
Right.
But how do we fix it now? I just thought maybe where I was would be bad and that I should go, but I'm happy to turn around. Oh, you're not turning around. I'm texting this to the sheriff. And
great.
You are the
Where
reason
would you like me to wait for him?
I know. And I said, I agree. What I did was absolutely wrong. I understand, but I'm in my defense. Oh, you have no defense. Okay, you're not the guy I'm going to talk to. I get this. And I said, okay, where would you like me to be? Do you want me to go that way? Do you want me to go back? Wait
Do you want me
here.
to scoot over so you can keep
I am
working?
not sure. I didn't know how to get out of it once I got in it. And he said, they're waiting for you. You've totally stopped the progress or what? I don't know, whatever. It's like, yeah, I know. So off I go, getting dirty looks from, there's 2 trucks. It was 2 trucks,
yeah.
And this
One
guy.
crew. Yeah.
And so, and I kind of wanted to say, well, that's why you haven't moved your signs from where they were. But of course, he didn't say anything. So off I go. And boy, it's not long. All but within a mile, there is this stater just barreling towards me. Lights are flashing. And I'm thinking,
he was waiting for someone.
You need to calm down. Everybody just needs to calm down a little bit. So I pull right over.
So did he not care how far back the roadwork sign was?
Well, this is my 3rd mistake. So the police officer pulls over and comes up and, I'm stopping you because, and I said, yes, I'm the one. Mm-hmm. It's me. And he said, well, what'd you do? And I said, I did not recognize that as what that was. I didn't get that.
I was looking for a person flagger.
Right. And
Yeah.
he said, well, you went through a flagger. And I said, I didn't. There was no flagger there. There was no person. And on that arm, I said, I'm glad you're going that way. You need to go look at it. Because that arm that's hanging down, I don't even know that it's reflective, but it's just an arm that I barely saw and barely made it around it. And there isn't a sign on that says stop. There's a stop sign in the back. And he goes, well, why didn't you do that? And I said, well, I've seen people putting stop signs before. I wouldn't just pull over thinking that has anything to do with me.
Right.
You know, he's pulled over just like I am right now, pulled over on the side of the road, not blocking my lane, not, you know. So anyway, so I was explaining the whole thing to him. And I said, you just need to go back and look at it, because he kept saying, well, surely you've seen those before. And I said, no, I am on this road twice a week. And I have never seen that thing before. I've seen big white utility trucks. I've never seen that thing before. So I just kept saying, you need to go see it. And he goes, okay, well, all right, I'll be right back. So off he goes. Oh man, like 30 minutes. And I thought, what are you doing back there? So then, so he comes back after 30 minutes, and now, by then, I know that it's too late. If he's printed that ticket off.
Oh, yeah, you're gotten a ticket anyways.
And he has
He was going to give you a ticket regardless of what the utility truck did. He might cite the utility crew. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you're going to get a ticket regardless.
And I did.
Yeah.
But he came back and he said, I called, I don't know, Ralph, whatever the guy's name was. And he said that he did, in fact, yell and scream at you. And I said, oh, he did. I said, but I'm not complaining about that. You know, I was in the wrong. I suppose.
I understand roadwork crews have it rough. Yeah.
And if he thought I was just being a jerk, you know, I just want everybody to know I was not being a jerk. I did not understand the assignment.
And I didn't understand how to fix my mistake. Should I have just backed back
Should
around?
I have turned around?
Should I have kept going?
Would that I have then been driving through, so I don't even know what was going on the other side of the road. Yeah. So I didn't quite know. And I said, so, you know, I'm not, there's no, I'm fine that he was yelling at me. And he says, but, and then he said that you passed by 4 road signs. And I said, oh,
the ones that you did not see, officer.
I said, seriously, you need to go that way.
Keep driving.
See where those are. I said, I have a nice little smart car here that tells me that there's road construction coming up. And that the road construction has gone. It turned off. And I said, so I don't know what sort of thing they do or how my car knew that or what happened, but they are like, and at that point I wasn't sure where I was. And I said, how far am I from Davenport? And he said, oh, it's 1.5 miles up the road. And I said, okay, then those signs.
Just outside Davenport.
Just outside of Harrington.
Oh, Harrington, which is even farther.
Yeah. And I said, so, cause I was heading to Davenport, to Spokane. So anyway, he says, well, I might go check that out. He said, but I've written you this ticket and you can
understand.
You can go ahead and fight it. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to come back to Davenport. And I said, okay. I said, well, I might write a letter.
You do it in Davenport? Are they in a different county? Aren't they in Davenport County?
No, they're not Grant County.
Oh, it's Lincoln County.
Yeah. And I don't know I think it's Davenport.
Is Davenport?
I guess I'll find out. But then I think, okay, so guess how much the ticket was for? Did I already tell you?
How much is it for?
$145.
Oh, see, I was asking it was going to be like $350, $400.
I thought it was $2.
Okay, for that.
$145, is it worth for me to take a day off work, drive over, get yelled at?
Probably not.
I know.
Because, I mean, what you got the ticket for was probably inappropriate road work, whatever. Road work hazard.
It was failure to follow safety signage or something like that.
Well, I mean, now you know what the big stick in the road is.
Well, yeah.
I know for $145, I don't know if it's worth the headache.
Because I did
chalk it up for learning what that big white utility truck is.
I am going to write a letter, a strongly worded letter,
and just say I don't know who at work.
There's no possible, and I've said this to the police officer, and he didn't answer me because I said there's no possible way I'm the first one that did that.
He can't tell you.
Now, if somebody would have been in front of me, stopped, I would have stopped.
Yeah, someone's in your road.
Yeah, I would have stopped. But there was no one.
I think it's fair enough that you could put a copy of your ticket in there and just say, hey, I paid this ticket. I know I made an error and I understand this. However, I think in the future to whatever, nice words, prevent other people misinterpreting where the roadwork is. You know, let's keep the roadwork signs close and maybe park your weird thing in kind of on the roadway. Because on the side of the road with not a reflective stick,
Right.
it would have been a way bigger accident if I ran into that stick.
Right. Right. There's no way they did that right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, for $145, I'd probably pay it.
That's
I don't know.
That's my out to dinner money.
Dang it.
I know it.
It's funny. I've never seen one of those big white.
I know.
The one they used in Quincy was this big, weird, Wally looking thing. That blinked and
No, this one, well,
it wasn't, it definitely wasn't a
I'll try
truck.
to get you a picture. This was a big white.
And it looked closer to one
truck.
of those construction light trailer things. Yeah. But it had a big light on it. Yeah, it's not a vehicle with a stop sign on it.
Yeah, the guy that was screaming at me, that's what he said. He says, you went right through a flagger. I said, there was no flagger there. There's no person standing there.
And there's not any like blinking lights.
There was a pickup on the side of the road. Well, he said what it was. And I said, okay, well, I never knew one of those. I did not know what it was.
I'm a hillbilly from the Podos.
We got those newfangled things. We got men in yellow vests.
People in orange.
Shaking sticks. And then Dad, so I'm telling Pa the story.
Had Dad seen one of those big, huge
He had
trucks?
not.
Oh, he had not seen one either.
Mm-mm. He had not seen one.
Oh.
And then,
and he
then I
drives
asked
right
Marge.
by the bridge, Vantage Bridge, the one that they're redoing. It's all over news or whatever. And I think he would see one before.
Yeah, he said that he has seen the yellow ones.
Yeah,
that are
with big
obviously
lights.
a thing.
Yeah.
He said he's seen those, and I said that is not what
it was.
this was. This was a truck, and I'd kind of like to know how that. I don't even know that arm was even attached.
Oh, it probably wasn't.
Now
I
that
guess
I
if
think about
they
it,
probably
might have
used
just been like a
hanging between
a
the
sawhorse. Or something. I don't know what it was. I mean, like I said, I was looking at the truck, wondering.
What are you doing?
Getting lost in my brain about what you were doing because it didn't make sense that he was there, parked on the side of the road.
And Marge, has she seen it?
No. And then I asked Marge. Marge lives out there. She lives in Elmira. I say, hey, so guess what?
Just in that neck of the woods.
She said she would never have known what one was.
Yeah.
And then I think, okay, well, and then that's always the next question. Well, would you have stopped? Well,
I guess you probably should have slowed down,
down,
not knowing what was in front of you.
And even then, seeing that arm, if I would have seen the arm in time, I would have stopped. But I still would have thought,
what is this?
What's happening? Do I stop? But that would have maybe given me the opportunity to see over the hill and see what was happening.
Yeah.
And then I would have known. But I'm going to get a picture for you guys because I feel as though it was unjust. And I didn't feel as though I should have been yelled at by everybody. But, I got a ticket once years and years and years ago before we had kids. I had a brand new car and it was new to me. Mm-hmm. And Dad had put new tires on it. And there was something that if you get the wrong size tires or something, that the revolution, and so you're going faster.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand.
I've heard that. I don't understand.
Something.
All I know is I'm going to go 60 on my speedometer. Whatever you say is whatever you say. But I'm telling you.
Yeah. And that's
I know what I was doing.
That's exactly what happened. And everybody knows you don't speed through Kittitas County. It's the poorest county in the state. And the only way they get money is speed traps. Mm-hmm. And
Soap Lake's the same way.
Soap Lake's the same way.
Don't think you're going to make
Soap Lake's exactly the same way. You're going to get that ticket. It don't matter.
They're watching for you.
And they're hoping you don't have your seatbelt on so they can add a little bit.
And they're going to check your taps on your boat. Anything else you're hauling.
They're going to rack it up. That's right. Yeah. But yeah, so they pulled me over and said, oh, you were going, I don't know what, 72 or whatever.
No way.
No, absolutely not. Nope. I had my cruise control set.
I know better.
Yeah. So I argued, of course. And so then I went and I don't know what the ticket was for. Let's just say it was $100. So then I go to Les Schwab and they check everything and they go, oh yeah. The tires are wrong. And so they did some sort of a test and they go, yeah, this says that it will increase incrementally so that at the speed of 65, it'll say you're going 72 or whatever it was. So I had
sabotaged.
Well, I had proof.
Right, that it wasn't your fault. It was a mechanical failure.
So I went to court with my justification. And so I went and I said, well, here. So I have my little proof that I was not speeding, that it was just a the tires were wrong, and that's all been fixed, and I wasn't speeding. And so the judge, it was a woman.
Did she not care?
She said, well, thank you so much. You have just given me proof that you were speeding.
Not to my knowledge.
Said, no. And she says, yes, that's exactly what I have. You were given a ticket for going 72 miles an hour, and you have just offered proof to say that that's exactly what you were doing. I am not decreasing your ticket. And I said, wait a minute.
I had no knowledge of it.
A ticket is punitive, that I should be punished for doing something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had no knowledge, and if it was purely innocent and it was because of faulty equipment, then I should not be punished for that. Oh, no.
Didn't care.
Nope. Nope. She didn't even reduce it.
Honey, you paying it.
I was out so much money by the time I went to Les Schwab and took the day off work. So yeah, this $145, a strongly worded letter, and a stamp, and a check.
Way better expense.
I'm out.
So out.
Yes, so out. So anyway, so that's what's going on. So, and Pa, I thought I was going to get a little bit of a lecture because I often deserve
But we
one.
know you. I mean, it was an honest mistake.
It was.
If someone was in your lane, you would have not went around him.
No.
But
yeah. And that's what he
lollygag
said.
because there's something weird on the side of the road, that did not phase her one bit.
No.
Now, if one of us kids were driving, she would have been smacking that, said, slow down! What is that? That could be a caribou. So I'm just saying. There was like
That's true too. Yeah,
It'd be different.
It'd be different.
Now that she was in control and she knew where all four wheels were, it's fine. Nothing's a big deal.
It was just a bar. Yeah, some coyotes running across the road. Slam on those brakes.
Do not hit that puppy.
Don't hit anybody. Wait, there's birds. A flock of birds. Stop.
Yeah. We'll break for quips.
Bees. I slow down if I'm going by bees.
Yeah. Oh, I feel so bad though, especially when they put the hives next to the roadway, and it's like, oh,
I know.
You guys put them in there a little bit.
I know.
I feel bad too.
I don't like that.
It's like they're just doing their job, crossing the road, not realizing they didn't need to look both ways.
But safety workers.
Yeah, I know. That did sound like that. I apologize.
It did sound like I didn't mean it. If there would have been a man standing there, I would have slowed down.
Yes. I know they got it rough. Man, I totally know they got it rough. That and motorcyclists, they all worry me.
Yeah.
And it'd be being so hot outside in the sun.
So hot.
I guess it makes sense why
did
they
it.
don't have a person.
And why the other guy was grumpy. He was hot.
Yeah, working with asphalt? I don't know.
Anyways.
Cold bear.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's not bad.
No.
For only $145 in work, so
$145.
maybe he did feel like, okay, you were, not trying to hurt somebody. And you weren't on your phone.
Maybe he gave me the
citation ticket, not the speeding in a workplace, all that jazz.
Yeah. And I wasn't speeding.
Right.
I mean,
when
he came barreling towards me, he knew.
I'm just waiting. I get it. I did a bad thing. I misunderstood.
Criminal? Well, in our county, get him.
We got a hot one, guys. He's probably so excited. He was the closest one to you.
Very excited. Probably almost spilled his coffee. No, I'm kidding. Okay. No, because I'm totally kidding. Because also that was right about the same place where I think last year, right about the same.
Yeah, the trooper. Yeah.
The trooper was the first one by. Can I help you? He had all the equipment to change my tire and getting dirty the whole time. And I said, oh my gosh, I just feel like you have so many better things to do than help me with my tire. Nope. That's what we do. Yeah. We'll help you.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
I was in high school and we had taken Dad's truck to the lake to go swimming and I took my dog. We took Fred with us and we were doing it and Dad's keys got locked in the truck. And we are past Sunland. I mean, we are like 2 miles to the next lake and me and Fred went walking. It's like, I have to go get a phone and there's no cell reception. So we have to walk to the other side. So me and my dog and Waddle, we're walking and we're getting there and the police officer, comes up, he's driving to the lake and he's like, hey, what are you doing?
What are you doing out here?
Yeah, and it's like,
you gonna run away?
Yeah, it's like, what's happening? Are you okay? What are you walking here for? And I said, well, we all came to the lake. My friends are still swimming, but I locked the keys in the truck, so I don't have any cell reception, and I have to let my parents know that one, the keys are locked in the truck and I'm not going to be home in time. So I am going to walk up to the front desk to borrow a phone. He's like, oh, let me just give you a ride. He's like, let me go down, let me flip around, come in. Oh, okay, that's fine. I said, we're just gonna keep walking in case you catch a hard target back there. But we'll be right here. Oh, okay. So he comes back and he's like, okay, well, let me give you a ride. He's like, unfortunately, you got right in the back though. I'm like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, but it's okay. It'll be an experience. He's like, okay. I said, but my dog? He's like, oh yeah, of course. I get in there. Dude, they are plastic seats. Yeah. It is not comfortable.
They're plastic seats because sometimes they have to hose them off.
And they're tiny. So my dog gets in there, big white hairy thing. And then I get in there and he was chit-chatting, super nice. Took us up there, had the AC blaring. It was super nice in there. And so I was really good. So I have an experience of riding a cop car, but not because I was
when I was in the back seat of the cop car.
Yeah.
with my dog.
But it was really nice. Yeah. And I asked, I was like, hey, can you give me a ride back? Because I'm trying to make my 2-minute phone call. I'm going to go back. He's, oh yeah, I'll wait for you. It's fine. And he did. He sat there talking to somebody else,
nice.
Probably trying to get, what's the chick doing with the dog? What happened, man? Got any information?
She a perp?
What? Yeah.
A sausage?
Did she get her first phone call here, not in court? That's weird. Not at jail. So, anyway.
Well, I think that police officers are good. I mean, are good people. I mean,
Yeah.
we absolutely support our officers. And I personally have never met a bad one.
Yeah.
I think that every once, and we've heard stories, but isn't that true everywhere, that every once in a while you find a teacher that really doesn't care, a doctor that really doesn't care. I mean, in every profession, there's people, there's humans,
Right.
and sometimes there's good humans and sometimes there's not so good humans. But police officers, I think they really are doing it because of that sense of justice and they want to help people. And I think that's really what they want to do, and every once in a while when there's something bad happening, I don't think that that's what they really want to have happen.
Right.
I think that they would just as soon, but
I agree.
Anyway, and I think that's kind of tough that,
And I love that they all have, at least in ours, they all have patience for my kids who think they're the coolest things. They're going to ask about their weapons and they're going to ask, have you ever hit anybody? Or, with their little baton. They're going to ask all these weird questions that seem like, oh, don't get me in trouble. Don't get me in trouble. Don't. But they all have patience and they'll talk about it. They always seem to have like some sort of a piece of candy or whatever. Mm-hmm. I think they really do want, definitely the youth to not be afraid and to know that if you need anything. Yeah. But always during Grant County Fair, that's the first stop we go, is we walk together. We go to the sheriff's station. Yeah.
If you get lost,
say hi to everybody. We see if there's a dog. We see when there's going to be a demonstration with the dog, all these things, and that they know they have to come here. Mm-hmm. And they will find us and not go looking for us, just come straight here.
Come straight here.
And
find a policeman.
We will know where you're going to be. So
that's right. That's right.
I agree.
Yeah. All right. You have some pretty jars off the side here.
So Father's Day is this weekend, and Robert wanted freeze-dried candy because he's quite sure that's why the freeze dryer was invented.
It's for candy.
It's for candy.
I understand.
So his favorite, you've had these, the Skittles and the mini Starbursts.
I don't know. Let me taste one and see.
The Skittles are the best ones.
So how long do these take?
Okay, so I updated my freeze dryer. We were touch and go for a little bit. I was super mad at her. And she just had to sit there for about a month until I was ready to talk to her again. But I got her updated and happy. It takes about 3 hours to do candy. That's it. With my update. Before my update, it took a whole lot longer.
What did you have to do?
So the candy setting, so how they make freeze-dried candy is they pretty much melt the candy and then it sucks all the moisture out, which makes it blow up into a big old bubble. So whereas your regular freeze dryer, it freezes everything and then sucks the moisture out. Mm-hmm. Candy's a little different. You have to heat it up a little bit more. And so it takes about 3 hours. It takes a little bit longer for the Jolly Ranchers.
So that is a Jolly Rancher?
Yeah, they are.
Because the Skittles are crazy.
Yeah, Skittles are really good. Mini Starbursts are not my favorite, but Robert likes them. I only gave you 4. I have more, but you're going to want to eat all of them, and Dad needs one. But yeah, these are...
that was a Jolly Rancher.
That was Jolly Rancher. Mm-hmm.
Which was a little rectangle.
Mm-hmm. Just a little...
What made it...
heart blow up like that? I don't know. The freeze dryer did it. They're so good. And what's really bad about it is it makes you feel like, oh, I can eat a whole bunch of these. Where when you actually suck it on Jolly Rancher, you're like, time for 1 or 2.
That's amazing.
Right? It's my favorite one.
These are really, really good.
So we did original Jolly Ranchers, and then we did a tropical flavored. We feel like the tropical flavor didn't do it right. And it even went through 2 cycles, and it still didn't do it right. So whatever...
It's because of some sort of a...
Whatever additive, or maybe because it was like pineapple, mango... I don't know, there was 4 different flavors, and I feel like the tropical did not work. But the originals...
This makes me think of like cotton candy.
Crystallized cotton candy. Yeah, of the same feeling. And you still, if it sits in your mouth long enough, it gets that tacky, like you've just finished chewing an actual hard Jolly Rancher candy, but it does make your teeth all, sticky. So I thought I would like these.
Yeah.
So
I hope he gets one.
I know, right? These are Milk Duds.
No.
Yeah.
They look like a snickerdoodle. I have to clear out I have to cleanse my palate.
Cleanse your palate. So yeah, these are Milk Duds. So you pretty much have a whole bunch of caramel and a little bit of chocolate. The Milk Duds are actually pretty fantastic. And they're not gummy. They're not gonna they don't get gummy at all.
So then that's the caramel.
And a little bits of chocolate left over. They're crazy good. Crazy good.
Oh my gosh.
No, weird.
It is a Milk Dud.
Toy Milk Dud.
Okay, so for the bra auction, you're going to have to make an assortment, a basket.
A smorgasbord? Mm-hmm. I have new Mylar bags.
I know that everybody has access to a freeze dryer.
Yeah.
Lori's been talking about buying one. Lori, buy one for Candy. Who cares about preserving your crops?
Right? I mean, come on. For that. I have one more batch of candy to do. I'm doing Mambas. The little high chewy Mambas. They're really good. I feel like they freeze better than the Starburst, and I tend to like those better, but it's not. Oh, he wants to try freeze Sour Patch Kids. Oh. I don't think they're gonna work though. But I told him I'd try.
Water in them?
I don't think so.
Because can you do M&Ms?
I haven't tried M&Ms. You should be able to. I don't know. Oh, I don't know though. But these were Rolos, so I would not do not really Tootsie.
That was a Rolo?
This was a Rolo. They are extremely fragile though, and I think it's to the amount of chocolate. Now, if I try to do it again, I might put a like a silicone sheet down because it was stuck pretty good, but I think they're super fragile. So I don't know if they were the best thing, but
look how big they are.
Oh yeah, and this is just the tops. They were huge when they were in there. Do you guys want to try Rolo?
Sure.
It's summertime. So I don't know. They're good, but I probably wasted most of it. Here, bite.
Oh, come on.
So it's mostly just caramel. But some Werther's.
It's really good, though. Super tasty.
It's really good.
It's funny that the chocolate is softer on that one than that one. It almost is like chocolate icing on that.
Almost, yeah. And there's more chocolate left on this one. So I don't know. I thought they would be very similar to this, but maybe it's the density because Rolos are already really soft candy, where this is chewy. So I think chewier, the better.
Oh, see, it fell apart.
Yeah, they're super fragile. I did not get one full piece, but I also had a little puddle of chocolate it was sitting on, and I didn't have my silicone mat on it, so of course none of that came out.
And what's funny is it seems like this is a lot. So far they've each had maybe one whole Rolo now.
Maybe.
Right?
Yeah. Maybe.
Did you want another one?
So yeah, super good. So I don't know if I'd do a Rolo again, only because it's messy, and I'll just eat a Rolo. But I like to put them in the microwave, in the oven with the pretzel and the
that's
on
really
top. Good. But yeah, Milk Duds.
Pretty fun.
So good. Jolly Ranchers.
Dang. They are good.
They're so good, aren't they?
Papa.
Can we try them?
No, you had them last
These
night.
are Papa's.
And last night I took the big ones. I just took a knife and I just cut them into 4 so they were smaller pieces for the kids. But those are Skittles and Starbursts.
I want a Starburst.
Harper's not a fan of the Skittles.
The first time I tried them, they were sour, and now I think they're still sour.
They're still sour. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty fun. Pretty fun.
All right. Well, I guess we've brought you kind of up to date. We're going to, later today, we are meeting with Matthew Sullivan.
Oh yeah, to do the other half of our little book review from Midnight Until Blake.
So watch for that. We're going to do kind of a author meet and greet, and then we're going to put together our interview with him, along with our book club, and along with, we did a little, Anna and I went and did a little tour of Soap Lake.
Oh,
Studio.
fun. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
We got distracted and didn't tell you what was behind us. This is actually a stack and walk. It's an old one with smaller blocks, but it's really the same technique as the one block wonder, right? The only difference is that in the one block wonder, you take you use a panel. And so the panel is in the inside, and then you do the 6 panel repeats, stack it, cut it, and then you kind of, it's the way that you arrange it. But anyway, we thought it'd be kind of fun.
And this fun little Nickelodeon splash piece is what this is.
Yeah. Yeah. And I haven't seen it's Anthem now. I haven't seen the preview. Excuse me.
Hey, just give me a minute.
1 second. I haven't seen the preview of Anna's video yet, but
I can't wait to see them all.
You'll get to see the pictures, and I don't know that anybody finished all the way, but you'll be able to see where they got. So
and you can at least see, the panel they started with and how it twists around.
Pretty
It's
inspirational, pretty fun. Yeah. And then also, she had me this time do a step 1, step 2, step 3
good.
little video.
So you can try it.
Yeah, you'll be able to see what we did. So anyway. All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at FabricPatch.net.